There's a lot of confusion when it comes to Coinbase Ethereum staking, but don't worry because in this video, we are going to clear that confusion and answer your questions. Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. Right before we get into Coinbase staking, let's do a quick review of what staking is in general. Staking means that you take your crypto, you lock it up, you stake it, and in doing this, you can help secure the blockchain. Now, when it comes to Ethereum staking, you need 32 Ethereum to stake, but many people don't have 32 Ethereum. So what do? They give their Ethereum to a company such as Coinbase or the others out there. The company will pool them together to create 32, and then they will stake it. And when it comes to staking rewards with Ethereum, at any given moment, there's a maximum amount that can be earned. In the early days, it was as high as 21%, but the more people that stake, the less it becomes. And right now we're at about 7.6%. Now, the only way to get 7.6% at the moment, as I make this video, is if you stake yourself, right? You have 32 Ethereum and you set up a validator node. But like I said, many don't have 32, so they give it to a company. And when you give it to a company, they will always take a percentage, as they should, right? No one works for free. So when you give your Ethereum to Coinbase, you're not gonna get 7.6%. Right now, for example, you're going to get 6% because they are taking a fee. And when it comes to Ethereum staking, right now it is locked. And it could be locked for maybe a year, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, until Ethereum transitions. When there is a transition to Ethereum 2.0, then you will be able to take the staked Ethereum outside of the platform. And the way that it usually works with staking, once you are allowed to take it off the platform, is these rates fluctuate. Let's say a lot of people are staking and the rate goes down, but then people are not happy. They don't want 4%, they don't want 5%, so they take it off and the rates go back up. So we'll go back and forth. But right now, as I make this video, you don't have that option. Right now, it will likely only go down over time. So coming back to Coinbase staking, 6% APR. Now, the most common question that I get from people is if I put, let's say, a $3,000 worth of Ethereum, and then it goes to 10,000 or maybe 20,000 or maybe it goes to 1,000. What is the price point that Coinbase will choose to pay out, right? Are they gonna say it's worth 3,000? Are they gonna give me interest on 10,000? And the answer is neither. The interest with Coinbase Ethereum staking, along with every other staking out there in crypto, will be paid out in crypto. It will not be paid out in dollar amounts. For example, if you stake 1 Ethereum, you will get 6% on 1 Ethereum, 0.06 Ethereum. The price of Ethereum is irrelevant. Whether it is high or low, you will always get paid out in crypto, right? 1 Ethereum, 0.06 Ethereum at 6% APR. And this is beneficial for many people because when you get your staking reward paid out in crypto, this means as the market grows, your staking rewards will grow as well. Of course, it could work the other way and your staking rewards can go down. So this is how it works in crypto, guys. When you see that you're getting a percentage on your staked crypto, it is not paid out in dollar amounts, it is paid out in crypto. If you stake 1 crypto, 1 Ethereum, it's gonna stay at 1 Ethereum, right? It doesn't matter if the price goes up or down. 1 Ethereum is 1 Ethereum. Now, number 2, people ask, this 6% APR that I'm looking at right now, what does this mean? Am I going to get paid out daily? Am I going to get paid out monthly? What does this mean? Well, when you see APR, this means that at this rate, if it's held for 365 days, for a full year, this is what you would get. So if you stake Ethereum today at 6% APR, at this rate, if it stays at this rate for 365 days, you will get 6%. But as we know in crypto, rates do not stay the same. Even when we talk about Ethereum staking on Coinbase, it will go lower. The more people that stake, the lower this will go. Let's say it's at 6%. That means Coinbase will take their fee and maybe they'll give you 5%. So how do we get through this, right? So when it comes to crypto and staking, everything happens pretty much in real time. This isn't like traditional finance where they say, if you lock it up for 3 months, you'll get 5%. But if you do it for 6 months, you'll get 7%. Over here, the market decides. These rates can go up or down, which is the case for these other projects. But for now, with Ethereum, it's only going to be going down slowly until eventually people can withdraw. So the way you do this is in real time. It can be done to the minute even, but we're going to do it to the day to make it simple. So let's say someone can earn 5% APR on their crypto. It all happens in real time. So if we take 5% divided by 365 days in the year, Every day at that rate, you will be getting 0.013% a day. Remember guys, it's not by the month, it's not by the year, it's really in real time. And as we mentioned, these rates can change. Let's say you're getting 5% APR for 2 months, right? So this is what you're going to be getting per day. But then the rate decreases to 3% APR. Then it's going to be 3% divided by 365 days, and this is your new rate per day. 0.0082% a day. These rates are always going to fluctuate. I'm doing it by the day, but it can even be done really to the minute. For simplicity though, you can do it by the month, right? Let's say it's 6% APR. You take 6% APR, divide it by 12 months out of the year. And for the month, that is the percentage you're gonna get on your Ethereum staked on Coinbase. Now in crypto, people chase yields. Sometimes we see not expensive, but very high yields. 500%, 1,000%, and people go ahead and chase them. And what happens, as we mentioned, is the more people going to stake their crypto get a yield, the rate will go down. For example, we might see that a project is offering 1,000% APR, and we would think that means that if you hold it, you're going to 10x your money, right? Annual yield. But as we mentioned, these rates change, so we have to do it in real time. So 1,000% APR divided by 365 days is 2.73% a day. But let's say so many people are going after this yield, the rate will go down. Let's say it only lasts for 14 days, right? So you take that percentage, 2.73 times 14 days, right? 2 weeks, 38%. So someone will get 38% over those 2 weeks. I know what I just went over might be confusing, so I definitely would recommend to maybe rewind and watch this again. Remember, when it comes to crypto and staking or even borrowing and lending platforms such as Voyager or BlockFi, the rates are not locked in, right? So that's why whatever rate you get, even though it's APR for the year, you always have to put it into real time, right? So divide it by the months or maybe divide it by the days of the year. And another common question I get is, should I wait to stake my Ethereum or can I start with a little amount? And the answer is you can start with as little as $1 on these platforms. And once it's there, as we know for now, it's locked. There are some platforms available outside of the United States where you get a synthetic version of Ethereum you can trade. But for right now in the United States, we do not have that. So assume what you put into Coinbase Ethereum staking is locked up for maybe a year, maybe even more. So you can start with a little amount and you can keep adding. And also people wonder, well, once I stake, can I still buy new Ethereum? And the answer is yes. You can stake $100 worth of Ethereum, 200, and you can still buy more Ethereum in the market, and you can take that new Ethereum and you can stake it as well. Now the benefit of starting early is you get those higher rewards. Right now, as I mentioned, on Coinbase you're getting 6%, and as more people stake, this will go down. So on Coinbase it will go to 5% and then 4%. So the earlier you start, the higher rewards you will get. But the funny thing about it is it's making the network a bit more centralized, because instead of you running your own node, you're giving your power to Coinbase. And Coinbase is collecting this power from everyone, and they're becoming a super node pretty much, right? They own all of this Ethereum, and they had a lot of say in the network, right? That leads to more of a centralized process. Right now, we're still early days, but this is one of the fears I have with these platforms, such as Coinbase, and then probably Gemini, and all these platforms will do it, and everyone will pool their crypto, give it to these platforms, and then these platforms will be controlling the network pretty much. So I hope we don't get there. But for now, I myself prefer to go through the lending and borrowing protocols because there is no lockup period. Now, if you're confused what to do, right? Staking or lending protocols, I did make a video covering these protocols, Voyager, Celsius, and BlockFi. So I definitely would recommend you go ahead and click the link right above and watch that video. You will learn a lot. And make sure to like this video. If you have any other questions about Coinbase Ethereum staking, put them down below. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.